All right, let's talk about a huge idea. How do you actually build something real, something from scratch, when all you've got is 30 minutes a day and, well, the phone that's probably in your hand right now? Does this sound familiar? I just don't have time. It is the number one reason, the universal excuse for not starting that thing we all want to start. And you know what? It feels so true. Our lives are just completely jam-packed. But what if time isn't the real problem?
See, that's the real question, isn't it? What if the barrier was never about having enough hours in the day, but about having a simple, focused plan you could actually stick to? What if you could take just one tiny slice of your day, just 30 minutes, and turn it into this powerful engine for building something new? And that is where the 30-minute solution comes in. It's a dead, simple, daily routine. It's designed for literally anyone who's starting at zero with nothing but their phone and a little bit of drive. So why does an idea like this actually work when so many others fail? Well, it's because it's not some crazy, complicated system that you're just going to quit in a week. No, the whole secret is that it's simple enough to do every day, repeatable enough to become a real habit, and just powerful enough to build unstoppable momentum. Okay, so what does this look like in the real world? The whole routine is broken down into 3 super clear 10-minute blocks. This structure, this is the whole key to making it so easy to manage. And here it is. This is the entire framework right here. Learn, create, engage. That's it. Each part has a really clear goal and a strict time limit, which means you never get stuck or feel overwhelmed. So let's break each one down. So for the first 10 minutes, your job is to make a big shift. You're going to go from just passively consuming, endlessly scrolling, to actively learning. You're using this time to intentionally soak up information that's actually going to help you. And look, we're not talking about learning quantum physics in 10 minutes. This is about finding a specific answer to a specific question you have right now. Things like, how do I make my posts a little more interesting? Or what's the very first step in affiliate marketing? Small, bite-sized learning. And the goal here is super important. This isn't just learning for fun. This focused approach gives you exactly what you need for the next block, which saves you a ton of time and helps you skip all those common rookie mistakes. All right, on to block number 2. You've learned something useful, and now it's time to put it into action. For the next 10 minutes, your only mission is to create. And I can't stress this enough. The key word is simple. I mean, we are talking about the lowest possible barrier to entry. This is stuff you can make in minutes, right on your phone. A quick thought as a Facebook post, a simple update to your WhatsApp status, or even a 30-second video. The goal is to get something out there, not to make it perfect. And why is this so critical? Because in today's world, content is basically currency. Every single time you post something, you're creating a little magnet for attention. And you know what? Attention is what opens the door to opportunity. Which brings us perfectly to our final 10-minute block, engage. So you've learned something, you've created something, and now it's time to connect. This is how you start turning people who just see your stuff into a real, active community. And again, the actions here are so simple, but they're so important. It's really just about being present. Reply to that message someone sent you. Respond to that comment. Share a link to something else you've made. It's about being a real human, not just a content-pumping machine. And that's really what it's all about. Think of it like this. Every reply, every little interaction is like making a small deposit into a bank of trust. And over time, that trust, that becomes your single most valuable asset. Okay, so we've covered the what. Now let's dig into the why. Why does this little 30-minute routine actually work, especially when so many other big plans just fizzle out? It really all comes down to one powerful force, momentum. Because this routine is so simple and so repeatable, it doesn't burn you out. And that lets you build on what you did yesterday and the day before, instead of feeling like you're starting all over again every single morning. And that brings us to the secret ingredient that makes this whole thing cook. And that ingredient is consistency. Without it, this 30-minute routine is just a one-off action that really doesn't mean much. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day. Do this routine one time, nothing changes. But do it daily, now you're talking. You're not just posting stuff anymore. You're building real skills. You're building confidence. And eventually, you're building income. This is that compounding effect you always hear about. It's so true. One 30-minute session might feel like a tiny drop in a huge bucket.
But hundreds of those drops, one after another, day after day, that's how you fill the entire bucket. So just remember this number. It's not about trying to magically find 3 more hours in your day. It's about protecting these 30 minutes and then using them with purpose. And that's the big takeaway here. If you've been telling yourself that story, I don't have time, it's time for a new story. The resource you're missing isn't time. It's a structure to actually use the time you already have. And so that leaves us with one final, powerful question. You've just seen a proven structure, a simple framework that works. So the question isn't if you have the time. The real question is, how are you going to structure it?